One person from your team can join the lobby.
Who do we want? Oh, I think I should, right? If I'm gonna get wonders, guys.
Yes.
Okay, let me launch my game. I finally got my internet back on for my PC.
Yeah.
It's so weird to lose it.
Oh, our scrap team putting a bunch of shit.
I gotta show my war side, I guess.
This is gonna be a war game through and
Yeah.
Show me your war face.
I mean, that doesn't mean
crap.
we can't get, you know, some good simming too.
Good sim, yeah, but I mean,
Yeah.
I don't want sinning, I want their capitals!
Must kill.
You remember the game when Dunn had 11 luxuries on me? It's
I want the
payback
hoplite.
time!
I want the hoplite line.
let's get the 11 luxury skycraft.
11, I want 12!
Nah, 15 guys, let's go.
I'm gonna do
Continent.
12 luxury general night push with renaming his cities. Do you remember Berlin? Berlin never forgets.
Payback undone. From that one game.
There's one thing I would like to say, by the way. Our last game when we played with SunZ, in the middle of the game, like after turn 30, 40, the communication of ours became really cluttered and everybody was just minding his own business and we didn't really like, it wasn't clean. It was really cluttered and messy, and we should try to like keep it calm and together, and like when we are finished with our turns, maybe take a couple of seconds just to re-elaborate our plans, the strategies and stuff like that.
Yeah, that sounds great. Keep us motivated, keep us focused on what we need to accomplish. City-state control is going to be big. And, you know, the biggest counter, the easiest counter is to just, you know, kill the city-states that your opponent's dumping envoys in.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe I should just save up a bunch of envoys for that.
You save envoys. You
endgame.
definitely save envoys, and the three of us always put everything into this one single CS. We don't put envoys into anything else. To
One that we
contest
can- yeah.
Heracles' envoys as much as possible. I mean Gorgos. One hell of a war game.
Yep. So I'll be very conservative. I want to spam cities, ideally, and get a Acropoli. But commercials too, it just depends. We'll really just have to see.
You do 50% commercial, 50% campus next to the Acropolis. That's what you do. Like,
Okay, someone
you
else can
don't
come in.
need commercials in every single city. Because we're gonna be warring, so we do commercials.
So who do we want for second slot? I mean, our
Oh, I
fourth
already
slot.
started joining. Fuck.
Wait, why did GMA get first slot? Shouldn't? Oh, second. That's right. We picked second.
I can join last. I don't really care about the slower.
Okay, Torture should get our second slot, and I should get.
It honestly only really affects the game like once every game, if that.
It affects the great scientist by a lot. That matters so much.
And there's no way to make it fair, so.
이게 지금 최고 티어.
Your next member can join the lobby.
Okay. Yes.
But for the hoplites and the harassment. Interesting. That early ranged aggression.
God, I hope I don't have to be against that.
What they
Well, horses. Horses fuck chariots so hard.
Oh, Mongolia. Mongolia might be able to steal them.
Oh, no, they don't
Torture.
count, right? Do they
No.
not count?
They don't count.
Oh, no.
But you can hunt them down, and that's great
Yeah,
if you
well,
spawn
yeah.
next to Egypt. Oh man. So situational though here, because if GGA spawns next to Tordred, then he's gotta go swords. But
This is the same if Pass
Yeah.
spawns next to America.
yeah, it's true.
America is a bit
Get
scary.
archers of my own, in addition to the hoplites, just in case.
American archers. You guys, by the way, we always start with animal husbandry because if they like out it mostly for tasks. You have to start with animal husbandry because if we spawn next to America and he rushes archers, you have to have archers. There's nothing to counter it. You die before you actually have anything.
Wazza, you can come in.
Yep, that's what I usually go. Animal husbandry into archery if needed, or if it's safer, but I do know impending conflict, I'll go mining into bronze.
Yeah, like somebody's gonna.
But if I'm isolated, then I kind of go maybe
Ours-
in commercials early, or irrigation if it's like super great for plantations.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Divine Spark is so important, by the way, on task.
Actually,
Yeah, we'll have to get that.
Who's getting the third slot? My bad.
I am getting third slot.
It's ready.
I mean, wait, no. Torjun gets slot number 3, I get slot number 5.
It's all fucked up.
Alright.
I mean,
Torjred's
I
Can we
in
just
four.
join and swap around?
Torjred's in 4,
We can swap.
Waza is in 6. You guys can swap when you get in. No worries.
Oh, you guys are dual casting?
Yes.
That's neat.
It's gonna be like Thursday Night Football.
You should save a video of it.
I'm recording.
Is the spectator mod a double slot spectator mod? Did
Yeah.
Code make that?
No, I did not. Agathy,
That's you, actually. Why am I saying it like that right here?
Agathy.
What's up with Yoshi? He didn't show up.
Hopefully he's
Worried
okay,
about
wherever
him. Hope he's fine.
he is. He did say he's getting food, so...
Was he tired or something?
No, he said he was gonna get food.
Maybe he missed
Maybe
the
he's
hour?
in traffic or something.
I don't know, it's midnight here, but I just woke up, so it's
Guys,
basically
are you
morning for
gonna-
me. I can join in.
Yeah, last slot. Free. You guys can
What?
swap, you guys can swap around when you get in if you want.
Okay.
Well, it looks like it's about to start.
Yes, it does. So we got GGA Mang as Japan. Looks like Task is trolling. I don't think he's gonna actually pick Mapuche. There we go.
It's really a strong team, to be honest,
Yeah,
from both clans.
yeah, both are very strong.
I mean, we got the Koreans, and we got like DJ Invention. They pretty much destroyed like most of the clans they played against. They haven't played against Crap yet, right?
SunZ, yeah. I think we defeated their B team.
Yeah. I didn't watch the game. How did it go in the bracket? Because you had to play against SunZ. How did it turn out?
That first game against SunZ was, if I remember correctly, I don't. I'm getting it all jumbled up with the TDF game. I know we won. Oh yeah, I remember now. Neji was getting harassed as Aztec by Skycry and got a city raised, and I think that we had the better civ picks in that scenario. There were like a ton of different ways to win. Either Russia Cossacks, Mongolian Keshigs, or Skycry killing Neji were like the three paths to victory there. And really, there was only one path to victory for SunZ that I could tell.
Well, it looks like there's actually some Mongols here as well. So we might see some Keshik again. Like Tordred is taking Mongolia right now.
Yes. Tordred is an amazing Mongolia player too.
I'm pretty happy to see both Greece as well up. I find it quite interesting because it adds some strategy to the, like, I guess, city-state gameplay. Like, you get those Acropolis up and you get so many envoys from them.
Trying to disable push to talk, but I don't seem to be able to. Is that because I'm streaming?
Yeah, you have to turn off the streamer mode on Discord
Okay.
just for a second. Then you go in the Discord options as normal, and then put it on.
I still can't do it.
Let me try to figure it out for you.
I wonder if it's because I got the little lock icon on OBS.
Well, it won't bother me. The thing is,
Yeah, I just don't want
just
to
no
have to hit the
background noise
button.
right now.
I just don't want to have to hit the button every time I want to talk to you. Let me restart Discord. Yeah, I just can't get rid of it. Oh, I got it. I got it. Can you hear me, Agathy?
Yeah, I hear you just fine. Give me just 1 second.
Okay.
Quest. From this early cradle of civilization on towards the stars. Trust your ambition, Chandragupta, for it led...
And we're off.
I'm back. So you see the map already?
Yes. It's not
That's
a
pretty
bad.
cool. I just saw them as well.
This wonder down here in the tundra near Macedon is it's pretty sweet actually.
That's pretty cool.
It'd be great for Russia, that's for sure. Let's see what other wonders.
Yeah, but there's no Russia.
Yeah, no Russia. That looks pretty
But
good.
the thing is, there's no fresh water that close. You can get like one city down there, maybe in the tundra.
Oh,
But
in
it's
the
not
tundra?
amazing straight away.
Yeah, well, there's a little fresh water, but he would have to be all tundra to grab it. This
Yeah.
maybe this coastal settle, right by the two deers,
Yeah,
might be nice.
yeah, you can easily fit wood. Can you get an aqueduct to get the fresh water from that wonder, or you can't?
I don't think these count as actual mountains. Like
Yeah, I
for-
don't think so either.
Yeah. I mean, really, one of these freshwater cells would not be that bad. You get the deer here, although that's a crappy tile, but this tile's great, this tile's great, this tile's good. You can buy that one eventually. You could own this
No,
whole
it's
thing.
amazing.
Yeah. Like, let's
We'll
check.
see how quickly he finds it out.
Yeah, I wonder if he can actually see it already. Or one of those tiles. I guess not. No.
I don't think so.
Alright, let's move on though.
And he probably won't scout the tundra first. He probably wants to try to find other players.
Yeah. Okay, so this wonder is also very good. But same problem. Have to be coastal if you really want to take advantage of it, but very nice. Especially this north side with all the hills.
Wait, which one are you talking about?
Oh, are you not looking at my screen? You
I'm looking at the game. Oh, prep. Yeah, because I get to move whatever I want as well.
Okay. Yeah, I'm looking at Pipi Piote.
Yeah, yeah. In
Pio
Milford Sound.
Pio.
I've been there actually.
Yeah. Oh, you
It's
have.
in New Zealand. Yeah.
Nice.
But it's pretty far though.
Now I'm looking
I
at
guess
Mount.
Aztec could sell it eventually.
Now I'm looking at Mount Kilimanjaro. It's right next to Paris.
Yeah, I see it.
That's Waza. He's gonna find it, especially as soon as he gets iron, because he's gonna need to go that way anyway. Nice freshwater settle on the south side,
It's full jungle as well.
and a
It's pretty much a
coastal
perfect wonder.
coastal on the north side. Those will be two really great cities.
He's actually pretty safe, Waza, on Paris.
Yeah. Yeah, he's got two allies right next to him. Wow. So
Yeah.
Macedon is gonna get. Let's be honest here. Macedon is gonna get Keshig.
Yeah, pretty much. Although we'll see. Like, he
maybe
did
not.
pick Macedon first.
Maybe not.
Maybe he has a plan.
Yeah, Keshigs might actually want to go this way and kill off Egypt. Let me finish going through these wonders real quick. So Mount Kilimanjaro is right there, next to Waza. Cliffs of Dover. It's garbage. It's near Toronto, and another city-state, Atusa. Then we got the Dead
Not too
Sea.
bad.
That's kind of a garbage wonder as well. It's near Egypt. They got lots of desert. There can be a real nice petro city here. Even their
Depends how quickly. Depends if they can afford it, to be honest.
Yeah.
It's quite early on. You have to scout a little bit.
Yeah, and then yeah, Dead Sea is kind of garbage.
Yeah. I think that's it. That's all I wanted.
Yep. So okay, we found Vinchin. Let's find his teammates here. Here's Greece, Neji to the east of Vinchin, and then America to the northeast of him. So it looks like three teammates around the southeast portion of this map. Then three teammates looks like around the middle of the map, and then Egypt and Aztec
On its own.
on their own. Who's got the better end of this stick? Looks like Aztec has amazing land, absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
He can kill.
Especially with all those resources.
Yep. There's not even a city state down here, so he could. Namadal, he probably isn't going to want to kill unless. No, I think he'll want to kill Toronto actually.
I don't know. The thing is, it depends if you can use Yanam at all. I think those players really like to deny city-states from the other team as well. In Corners, that's what they do. They conquer the city-state to make sure the other team doesn't get it.
Yeah, true. And Toronto's, that's a lot of plains, but this Cocoa Tile is really nice by Toronto, and it's got the 2-2 horses, 2-2 sheep. It's got some chops. I think he'll probably end up trying to take them out for the one he keeps.
Yeah, most probably.
And they'll probably try and control the good ones. I'm pretty amazed by Aztec's number of cattle and horses, and it's a really good open sky start.
To be honest, I think it's good for almost anything right now. He has all this land. He has jungles. He has cocoa as well.
He's got silk.
But yeah, I agree.
Yep. He could go with open tradition, but I would go open sky if I were him.
That's what I probably would do as well. Because like if he settles towards Egypt, which he might do, he's going to bring more horses as well. So there's going to be more pastures for him.
Yeah. I mean, if he settles near these two rices, he'll have 4 cattle around there, and then if he settles north of that river, he'll grab 4 more.
That's an insane amount of culture early on. You probably will get to Magnus first. So
oh, he wants me to turn auto turn on. Let me see.
Is there an option for that?
Yes. It's in the game options. Auto intern enabled. The only problem is if you want to like look at someone's gold per turn, you have to undo your turn. Let's see here. So there's not going to be any war from Dunn and Neji anytime soon unless they decide to sail across the sea and attack Aztec, but that doesn't seem too appealing.
Yeah, and Aztec might not even sell coastal.
So this might be a simming game. Let's see. So GG,
I think it's going to be a pretty long game. Just looking at the map.
Yep. And
It's going to go for cap, maybe tanks, before we get any like decent action.
Yep.
Wow,
and
that is
GG
nice.
Aming
That's
is
nice for Paris.
yeah. GG Aming's a very good war player, so he shouldn't be too. No one should be worried because he's sort of off on his own. Can be teamed up on here. I've seen him hold off 3 people at one time. 3 good players at one time.
Yeah. Well, to be honest, most of those players are able to hand off 3 players on their own.
Yeah.
So I think it's going to be a pretty slow-paced game at the beginning because there's no real advantage to take someone out early, given the map. Maybe Negi. I mean, Negi's a little bit in tundra. America won't be able to use its bonus because it's on his own continent.
Oh yeah, good point.
Although I'm looking at a map, actually the continent is,
That continent is
very
massive. He's got
big. The whole map. It's literally the whole map up to
yeah,
Egypt.
like 50% of the map. 50% of the map only has 2 players. 50% of the map has 3 players. I mean 6 players. And that's all one continent. Wow.
Wow.
That is unbelievable.
So Dunn might actually have a fun time this game.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, I think Van Shen, what they'll probably be doing is to make sure that the path stays open so America can come in with Cav later on.
So they declared on Auckland already. Where is Auckland? Let's find Auckland.
It's next to Paris, Kilimanjaro. You probably just want to reset the quest.
Well, once you
I mean,
declare,
there's no...
I don't think you can make peace in this game.
Oh, you think it won't work?
No, you're not allowed to. That's my understanding of team games. If you declare war on a city-state, it has to stay that way.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I could be wrong, but
Well,
that was my understanding of...
I think you're allowed to peace the city-state. They're just not allowed to peace the other civilization. Yeah, I'm pretty sure, but I might be wrong as well. I guess
You would know.
we'll find out.
You would know better than me, but then again, I do play a lot of teamers, and I think that's what it is.
Yeah.
But you do know the rules better than I do.
Well, the thing is, often it doesn't matter because the city-states are basically chosen pretty early on. Like the team secures a city-state, so it doesn't change hands that often.
Yeah.
So declaring war, you lose all your envoys as well. So it's not like a common strategy. But I think you actually can change a quest by declaring war, and it's allowed to peace it. And since there's no money on the game yet, there might be a strategic advantage to do that.
So I think Vinchin has found this wonder. I'm not sure if
You think he's gonna settle it first? Should he
No.
settle it first?
I'm not sure. It's such great culture. There's lots of production, there's lots of food. But it's not towards anyone. And I'm not sure how aggressive
Yeah, but
he
there's
wants to
nobody
be.
close to him.
Yeah.
I don't think he's very worried for France. I don't even know if he met him.
I
He
don't
probably
think.
doesn't know it's right up there.
Yeah, not yet. Oh, Neji actually has Tundra Desert starred.
And come to the finals chat, not this one. We're sitting in CCC Teamers final chat.
You can go if you want. I don't mind.
What's that?
What did you see one time?
I don't think that was one
I
time.
didn't say anything.
I think that was Carlos. Maybe.
Oh, okay.
Maybe he came in and out. But what I was saying was, Neji has the Tundra Desert start. He could potentially ask for a remap, but it's just not going to happen. He's got plenty of room to go. I think that's why he declared on Auckland. He's going to want to take that out.
Yeah, well, it's a pretty early war. Like, is there an advantage declaring war straight away?
Level up your units.
Like, maybe I'm wrong, but I always thought that like when a city state's at war, it's more inclined to produce military units.
That's what I thought too. So it is a little surprising. You know, you don't want them to start building walls, and I feel like sometimes if you declare war, that's what they do.
Well, they can't build walls yet because they don't have the technology for it.
Right.
The city state only gets the technology for it when half the civilization gets it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think Scrap is going to recognize that GGA Mang is over here by himself and that he would be probably the best target for Keshigging. I don't know that they're actually going to be able to do much. I mean, if they were able to squeeze Vinchin, you know, forward settle him quite a bit, then he would really only have settles towards Neji, which would hurt Neji quite a bit. They actually don't have a lot of space.
I think, to be honest, most of the game's going to be decided between the war between Aztec and GGMI in Egypt. Like, we'll probably see Task and Tordreds pushing towards GGMI, but probably SunZ will feed GGMI like settlers, gold, and everything he needs.
Yeah. It's kind of good for Scrap in that Egypt is not close to teammates because of the trading bonuses.
Yeah. Actually, the spawn is slightly unlucky for SunZ in that sense. Because the Negi has a Tundra Desert spawn, and Egypt is not close to any teammate. But at the same time, Dun, if it gets to cav, he can cav anybody with +5, or tanks anybody with +5, because half the map is his continent.
Yeah, true.
So it just depends how long the game drags for.
I can't believe how big this continent is.
It's so big.
I mean, literally, it's got GGA Mang on it. It is crazy massive. Look how small this red continent is. It's just got Palenque on it. A little tiny continent.
And barely.
Aztec will get at least 5 luxuries by the time he goes to war.
You think so?
He'll get quite a few luxuries. I think he's gonna get cocoa. He's gonna get silk. He could get olives and diamonds.
He's got tea over there.
Where I don't see the tea, I'm missing it. Maybe if he back settles. There's even whales over here.
It's defined by continent. You know, like there's certain luxury resources in the purple, certain on the white.
Yeah. Oh, there's the tea or the coffee. Yeah, if he's able to spread his wings, he can get a lot of amenities. We got war has been declared. Macedon
right
on
around
France.
the time settlers come out.
America on France. Yeah, everybody.
Vincent went for a builder first, which is not a usual build.
He must be doing craftsman for his team.
Most probably.
He may have gotten it from a hut. Probably not though, because
I
he's
think
only
he
got,
actually built it.
yeah, he's only got a scout and a warrior. That's not great though. He better get some defense because that warrior from Waza is coming down there, and if he doesn't have anything to defend those tiles, that's free. I think money for pastures.
I think the usual build is scout, builder, and then another scout, which is relatively good in a very big map. So that's what we might do. We might see.
Yeah. It looks like most people probably went scout settler.
Well, given how big the map is, I'm not surprised. Most people are pretty safe.
So yeah, it looks like he might be putting a city down right there, Aztec that is, right on that cattle.
Probably.
Be a 3-1 tile, but you wouldn't want to do that if you're going open sky. But,
well, even if you go open sky, you lose one culture, but you gain so much growth out of your city.
Yes, that's true.
And you get culture from population as well. So if he gets to 4 or 5 population, it's almost one culture.
Yeah, if he's gonna settle this entire river, that's a good spot to settle because then he can get one on the jungle, which is northwest of the mountain, and then he can get another one at the tip of the river. But GGA,
it's actually a very long river.
Yeah, GGA Mang is coming towards, so they are sort of probably unknowingly going towards each other. Now they've met.
Where do you think he's going to settle? Egypt.
I don't know. I can't imagine he's going to waste that stone, so maybe right next to the sugar, between the stone and the sugar?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking as well. I mean, settling on the sugar is not that great because you do lose the marsh.
Yeah, you lose the marsh, but then you're really close to the coffee. Coffee tile is beautiful. But the sugar's also kind of far away from the city, the capital. And then you would also close the river off to another city, the south part of the river.
You probably want to try to fit a few settles on that river as well.
Yeah.
So we have to look at exactly the distance from the cities.
Yeah. Actually, if he settled sugar, he could get one more at the south end of that sugar, but it'd have to be coastal. I mean, south end of the river.
Well, it's coastal in a lake.
If the guys can pressure, if the guys can put pressure on Macedon, they can own 2/3 of the map here.
Yes. I mean, I don't know if they can recognize that this early, but they should be trying to push Macedon back settling into Neji. They could contain Macedon that way. Paris and Mongolia could forward settle this river, this lake.
And by the way, he did settle this stuff in Egypt.
Did he? Wow. That feels like a mistake to me.
Well, he got first moved by Aztec. So Aztec got on the tile he probably wanted to settle right down there. And instead of losing time, I think he's... Anyway, you get a 2-2 from your city as well.
Yeah. Just waste of a nice chop.
It's a loss of a chop stone. Yeah, stone to chop. But there's like 2 other stones in the range. So I think that's probably what he's aiming to do.
Yeah, his capital has lots of great chops. It's got 4 grassland hill forests. It's got 2 stone. And then it's got another potentially 2 forests to chop if you wanted.
It's a very good cap for Egypt, beside the fact that he's surrounded by 3 players.
Yeah. And Egypt gets a bonus to building wonders in deserts, so Egypt could really make a really nice Petra city.
Maybe you would settle another city on the river up there and get a petrol city there.
Yeah, I would think maybe right here.
Looks like France is going for Kilimanjaro as well. It's a surprise.
Let's see where. Okay, so, wow. Skycry settled as close as he could to Egypt, but on the defensive side of the river. 6 tiles away from his cap.
To be honest, I think it's a good move.
Yeah.
Because whoever wins against Egypt probably wins that game.
Yeah. And he was obviously eyeballing that banana tile as well.
So he actually lost one turn walking there. He went on the cattle first. But he probably changed decision when he saw like Egypt was settling right there.
Yeah. He might have just been going for that banana straight up. And also that gives him access to the coffee where he put that city. It'd be costly to get the coffee, but he can eventually get it. If he had settled on the cattle, I'm not sure that he would have been able to reach there without getting too dangerously close to Egypt.
Oh yeah, he might be doing it for the luxury, as you say. Because it's the only coffee around.
Yeah, looks like Mongolia decided not to get a freshwater settle. He couldn't settle this river anyway, but definitely looks like their plan is to take out GGA Mang as quick as possible.
He probably settled that for the chop. He has a horse, so he might go for horses. He just need a horse from another teammate.
Yeah, he should buy that banana tile. He should buy it this turn. But it doesn't look like he's going to.
Well, they bought tiles to Task, I think.
Yeah.
I think Task bought the ivory.
Yep. Paris is going to settle the Wonder. That's going to increase his error score quite a bit.
Vengeance going to settle the Wonder as well. The volcano. Have you ever tried to pronounce that thing?
No, and I'm not going to now.
There's a warrior from France there, but I don't know if he's going to be able to delay the settle from Vengeance.
Yeah.
Who's the player on Paris, by the way?
The play on Paris?
Was it Baza?
I think he should settle this Wonder. He might even try and go past this Wonder. I can't imagine he would, but it looks like he's going to settle the south part of the Wonder, where the cluster of mountains are, and the fresh water. And then from there, maybe he goes down by the iron and the 2 sheep. Or maybe right near the sugar. And just try and keep Vinchin from sprawling out as much as possible. I mean, really,
Well, it's a good path. It's like with 4 tiles you can block the whole mountain, or with 1 tile if you're in the Kilimanjaro.
And like this area that France seems to be going for is Vinchin's best land besides this Wonder. Oh wow!
To be honest, though,
we could see a Settler Jack next turn.
Oh yeah,
we're gonna see a Settler Jack right here. If he's got the
that's pretty big.
If he has the Hills promotion on, that Settler is done. Unless he's able to.
I think he might have it.
Oh, he got Zona controlled. He didn't really. Oh, he's still good. He got it.
Yeah, he's still good. Well, actually, he will delete the settler, or will he set it all himself?
It is gone. It is deleted now.
Yeah.
And now, if Waza had not have moved, he would be in position to pillage, but he's not going to be able to. That was an amazing, amazing move.
It's a big blow to SunZ so
Wow.
early in the game.
I can't believe I caught that like 10 seconds before it happened. Pretty lucky.
Well, now Vincent needs to go all in, I think. I think what he needs to do is settle towards France and make sure France is as irrelevant as possible. Though I don't know how much he could succeed doing that.
I don't think he's going to be able to. I think France just needs to withstand the Heteroi and other UU, whatever it's called, push.
Yeah.
And if they take out GGA Mang, then the game's basically over. I mean, Neji kind of needs, what do you call it, Petra, more than Egypt does. But Egypt will be able to make it much easier.
Well, he settled clearly a city for Petra. You can see that there's like 8 or 9 tiles for Gorgo, just for a good Petra city.
Yeah. So maybe they've
So
discussed
I think
that.
it's gonna be a Petra rush. Because he has nobody next to him, so he doesn't have to actually go for any military.
Yeah. And then
Third settle for American.
I'm looking at Dunn now. Like, Dunn has one river to work off of and one lake. Everything else is going to need to be... Oh, I guess he's got 2 lakes. Yeah, he could settle this cotton at the north end of the lake. Be a good settle.
As silly as it might sound, it might be worth going for sailing and crossing the sea. Because
Yeah.
if he wants to attack France, it's much easier to disembark than to try to cross that path next to Auckland.
You mean Aztecs? Attack Aztecs?
Well, Aztec as well.
Oh,
But I think
France.
America would probably need to attack France.
Yeah, you're right.
He's too far from Aztec.
Yeah. Should see Waza set it. Yep, there goes Bordeaux. Waza controlling the eastern pass.
Pretty good pronunciation.
Is
I'm impressed by your French.
Let's see, are they still at war with Auckland? Okay, you're right. So they did reset that quest.
Yeah. SunZ does that quite often. I mean, Auckland is not very important in the early game, but you can still get a decent amount of bonus from it.
Waza's gonna get a pillage off, and Vincent's got another settler coming out. He's got to settle that wonder. It's so great. I've never seen such. I've never seen such an amazing tundra start. I mean, that thing is amazing.
Well, on that note, I don't know if you watched the other Iron Man going on right now, but there was that same wonder, and it was with some planes around. So, like, it's 2 very, very impressive volcanoes we've seen in the 2 games right now.
What exactly does it do? It gives 2 culture and 2 food. Yeah. Were they
To every tile around.
Are they plains hills?
Yeah, it was Plains Hill. There was some deers on top. It was just like amazing one.
Yeah, Waza got a pillage.
And I think
off.
there was an iron.
Waza got a pillage. That should be worth 25 gold. He's got his wonder settled. Such an amazing city right there. And them delaying Vincent that's so crucial.
Well, the thing is, GGMI is also getting delayed as 3rd settle. So you can see like Task actually harassing GGMI. I think that might be as crucial, if not more, because GGMI being put behind basically puts the whole team behind.
Yes. And Aztecs coming in to join on the fun as well.
I'd doubly be able to take a settler, but still, like, he's going to settle at least 2 or 3 turns later, if not being delayed. Oh, the scout is actually blocking the settle right now. Maybe he'll have to actually switch settle spot.
Yeah, I'm not sure where he goes.
Well, there's an oasis, so oasis provide fresh water as well.
Yeah, but then he'd be all, 75% desert in that city. Which
Well, you could work, for example, the oasis to grow, and then buy a few hills to get some mines on south there.
Yeah.
I mean, not the best city, but still.
Yeah, it's definitely could be worse. And looks like Skycry is going to backsettle a little bit. Let's see. Does anyone have a Pantheon yet? No. 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 Nope. And nope. No Pantheons.
That probably means no relic, right?
Probably. We can tell by looking at the faith, overall faith. Aztec has 5 faith per turn right now, so he might have a relic. He will be the first to get a Pantheon, and he should probably go Open Sky or Oral Tradition.
They probably gave the relic to Aztec. He's the one who needs the Pantheon the most.
Yeah, and he's got one
Pantheon right there.
Grease. Divine Spark. So Aztecs does have 1 luxury already.
Do you think he's going to go for irrigation early to try to get those bonus from those luxuries?
No. I think he'll wait until it's right. But you never know. I'm wondering if these scouts should try and shift over. You know, Skycries move on to the desert hill by the oasis, and Task move his where Aztecs is now.
Yeah. Well, at the same time, those scouts are doing a very good job there in GG, man.
Yeah, but they could have blocked him one more turn, right?
He could have blocked. If he had first move or last turn, he could have moved on the hill. But I think they find it more useful to deny the river settle than to try to deny this one.
Yeah, makes sense.
Though I guess it would have been. He has a warrior as well.
There's a lot of harassment here. GGA Mang is getting harassed. And let's see. Okay, so
Nagy's on 3 city.
Vinchin
So that's
decided
pretty quick.
to settle the river this time.
He knows there's a scout down there. I think he did not want to delay settle too long. He actually needs the second city up quite quickly.
Yep.
Because if somehow France does a horse rush, which he cannot know if France can do, then he will need to be able to defend. Like, we know that it probably won't happen because there's no horse in French land right now. But had it been a horse, like, he would have been in a lot of trouble.
Yeah.
And I think he knows it's Kilimanjaro. I think I saw a scout there earlier.
I was just sort of wondering if Divine Spark was the right choice for Task, for Pericles. He's got some mountains, so he'll have some okay campuses. He's got some rainforest too.
No, but it affects also riders.
Yeah, it'll be great for his acros.
I think Task is playing the long game here. Like, Divine Spark is very strong later in the game as well.
Yeah, I just wonder if, like, I guess he's the simmer here. I was gonna say France has really great spots for campuses, but he's not gonna be able to sim as much as Task will be.
I think probably Task will boost the culture tree, most likely. And someone like, Fran, or maybe even Aztec would boost the technology tree, first grab.
Waza got 2 pillages off on these. That's the trouble with an early builder. You have to be able to defend these tiles.
Yeah.
It does look like he got the craftsman boost off, which helps his team, but he gave Waza 50 gold.
Oh, Nagy's going for the Artemis Temple as well. I think he's going to get it.
Yeah. Yeah, he'll chop next turn. bet you Magnus is probably about to pop up in that city. So Tordred has one horse. He's probably getting the other one from Aztec. I would imagine Dunn's going to take over Yerevan pretty soon.
He doesn't really want to wait for the holy site. Like, Yerevan builds a holy site most of the time.
Yeah. It's nice.
Probably. It's a slow game, but I think it's going to pick up in pace pretty soon.
Yeah, it always does.
Probably Nagy will try to match Task just simming with the culture.
It looks like Task is going to get rid of the scout that's trying to harass him. He's got him kind of triangle surrounded.
Yeah, trying is a good word here. Just like 2 archers and the scout.
Yeah. He's got all his exits covered.
I'm also intrigued. He chose to go for a farm on his capital.
Oh, look at where GGA Mang decided to settle. It's not a bad settle. Looks like he bought the 2-2 tile.
He'll have 1 horse as well. Once he gets the other tile. It's actually a pretty decent setup. Because you can build districts next to the river as well.
Yep.
And Egypt has bonus for next to the rivers for district.
But they better be careful because this city that GGA Mang just put down, they can get an Eagle Warrior next turn, a Scout from the north, and they could almost surround that city fully if they wanted to. The trouble is they don't want to move Task's warrior because they're holding him off from the encampment.
Yeah, I think trying to siege a city is not a good move here. I mean, it's a low chance of success, and even if it succeeds, then you get those units to do something that useful in a way, because you want to make sure the encampment stays offline.
I think he keeps the encampment there, but Task is moving his scout away. I was thinking that this Eagle Warrior could maybe damage the crap out of that city. They could get, they could surround it and hit that city and bring down those walls very much so.
Well, it looks like Task decides to keep scouting though, so you want away with the scout.
Yep. I think they probably could have taken the city.
Well, they probably would have bought a warrior or something if the city was about to fall. I mean, it's pricey, but it's worth it to save the city.
Exactly. Like, you make them do that, that takes 80 gold away from them. That's 2 sword upgrades. Like, even if you're not going to take the city, it's almost worth it to force them to buy units.
Yeah. Well, to me, what it says, what I see right now, I think they're just aiming for a push, maybe a knight push or a horse push from Tordred. It's probably going to be Mongolia sending a few horses, and then like Aztec following up with knights, for example, or Task.
So Aztec's got his encampment down. He's going to get a general.
It's actually a pretty early encampment. And he doesn't have that much use for it yet. But if he settles the river next to Egypt, which he might do it for the next settle for the other horse.
Yeah, I think he should do that ASAP, actually. Oh, so Task moved his warrior. Did he get forced out when the encampment was built? What happened?
No. It was under threat. There was 3 and 4 warriors around it. So if he didn't move the warrior, he would lose it in 2 or 3 turns. I think he wants to try to save it.
If he had left it there, he could have pillaged that encampment district.
Yeah, but it's 1 turn to repair. So yes, he could. But is it worth it for the warrior production? I'm not sure. I guess it just depends.
So Dunn is attempting to SunZ Palenque. Well, he's putting Amani in. He doesn't have a point in yet. If he does, though, Task is going to get a trader.
Skycrow is also in Stockholm right now. So it looks like there's one Amani per team at the moment. Generally in team games, Amani is very often the first or second pick for Governor. It's not always like the Magnus double promotion like it used to be.
I like to go double promotion Magnus, but yeah, in some cases Amani and Neji and Dunn are notorious for going early Amani.
The rationale is when you're at war with somebody, they cannot put Amani in the city state because the city state is at war with them as well if you're suzerain. So getting the early suzerain on the city state basically guarantees you for a long time to keep the city state up for your team.
Yeah.
So that's what makes Amani so strong.
So Egypt took Reeds and Marshes, which seems like an okay choice. He's got one marsh right now and 2 floodplains. But he's not using the floodplains. He is working the marsh, I assume. The sugar marsh.
Oh.
We got Divine Spark out there. Okay, so Aztec did take Open Sky. See how Vincent's doing over here. Oh, he ended up buying a bunch of tiles. They're spending a lot of money on tiles.
Yeah, maybe he put the card on. By that time, many people actually have the ability to put the 20% off.
Yeah. I mean, that tile's definitely worth buying. No doubt about it. But I bet he had to buy 2 tiles to get there.
I mean, most players are pretty safe anyway. So most of them can afford that. It's really like how much gold you want to save for Negi. Not for Negi, for GD Rang, I mean.
Yep. So Waza's got his settler going down to the Iron Settle. Nice defensive 2 rivers meeting spot. Lots of production. Lots of food. Great city. Great campus spots.
Tordred is actually going towards Vention as well, with his settle.
Yeah, I think they've gone as far close to GGA Mang as they probably want to go.
Well, there's 3 of them. I mean, at the river next to Task is not that great to settle early. Besides maybe the ivory tile, which is amazing.
Yep.
So I think they'll probably like settle mid or late game once GGA Mang actually is more on the trap or even dead.
Vincent took Goddess of the Hunt. So he's got, let's see, 1 camp, 2 camps, 3 camps. Get a little extra food there. He could use the food. He's all plains right now.
And if he goes for the Tundra City as well, then it's a pretty strong Pantheon.
Neji did get Artemis up. I think it's done, right?
Yeah, it's done last turn. He swapped in his second city, he had food producing on Millet, but now it's all on the 1-1 tile. So I think he's getting to get more production.
Yeah, and Neji took City Patron, although he has no districts out right now.
He might do the strategy. He actually can afford it. You place if you district, you put them to 1 turn until completion, but then don't finish it and do another district. So you get the 25% off for more districts off this way.
Oh, that's cool. I didn't know you could do that.
So, for example,
I always suspected maybe you could, but I wasn't sure.
So let's say he puts a commercial, he could decide to bring it to 1 turn, and then he can put, I don't know, an encampment or a theater this square or whatever he wants to put, and then put it to 1 turn, and then do this as many times as you want. Downside is you don't get the bonus from the district as long as it's not over, but you save a lot of production.
That's funny. I'm not going to hit a golden age. I actually got low.
You're not going to get a golden age.
I actually have low amount of air score.
I'm on 33 error score personally.
What?
Not too sure how that works.
I'm at 19.
Or maybe I was the first observer to log in.
Ah.
So I saw the whole map.
Makes
and you're only the second.
Let's see. What's up with great people here? Aztec, France, Egypt, all going for generals. None out yet.
Well, Gigi Yang went for double encampment, so he's really expecting to be defending.
Yes. So he's making 2 points per turn. If he wants to chop a general, though, he needs to get a builder out.
I don't think he's going to chop it.
If
I
he
think
doesn't-
double encampment.
If he doesn't, then he might get denied. Because Aztec could chop 2 generals.
That is true. But he probably is going... I think the strategy he's trying to do is going for the card +2 for general points. And combined with those 2 districts, he can probably get the 3rd general. It just depends if TAS decides to chop as well.
Yeah, he would need 6 turns. 7 turns to make that happen, though. At 4 per turn. I feel like that's too many.
Yeah, that might be too many.
Aztec might get his next turn, and then he could have one again in 3 more turns. Something like that. Maybe 4 at the most.
But it isn't. But the thing is, Egypt doesn't have any builder out, so he cannot chop it unless he's actually building a builder right now.
Yeah, exactly.
And Magnus is in Memphis, so he would need to chop that forest or that stone.
I suppose he could potentially beat Paris, because it doesn't look like Paris is trying to chop one out.
Well, he doesn't know that. The thing is, Paris doesn't need a general. I think he's just getting it to deny the other general.
Yeah.
Maybe he plans on pressuring Vention. So if he does, he could use a general himself.
Where is Vincent Settler going? Is he going to settle a bunch of flat tundra?
I think he's going under the Wonder. The volcano.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it probably came out of his capital, huh?
I think so, yeah. Because you see the capital's at 2 population.
Yep. I don't know why I was thinking it came out of Alexandria.
I think he's doing a greedy play, actually. I think he's doing another settler in his second expand as well. First expand. Because he actually absolutely needs to, I guess, catch back the settler he lost early on. He's probably going to settle the lake next to Alexandria Latmus.
I'm going to just go through the chat. Holy crap, there's been a lot of... Oh my gosh.
I don't see the chat. I should go check.
So Under says, it appears as a mountain equals not a mountain. Because someone was asking about Mount Everest and wonders, similar to your question, Ogthi.
Mount Everest is pretty cool wonder. I love it. If you walk next to it with a missionary and apostle, then you get to walk on hills for free for the rest of the game. But there's no Everest in that game. And in team games, it's pretty rare to see any religious victory action. Did you know that in team games, you could actually win with more than one religion?
Really?
So, let's say all SunZ decided to do a religious victory. They could all have one religion and then convert one other member, and it'd be a win. As long as every civilization is converted to one of the religions founded by one of the team, then you win.
Nice. Let's see. I think someone asked a question in here. Oh yeah, they asked if Vincent got a settler ganked, and yes, the answer is yes, he did. Mongolia stole it as he was going for the Wonder, the Lightning Mountain Wonder.
It was pretty well done too. I mean, the French scouts spotted the settler, then they predicted the settler movement for 2 turns, and then the Mongolian scout just came in.
I'm gonna turn my mic up because someone said they had trouble hearing me. All right, hopefully that's
So right
better.
now, yeah, is it better now, you think?
I hope so.
Looks like Don went for 3 settlers early on. So before he even got the card. Now he might actually chop more settlers out with Magnus.
Oh, GG Mang did get it, General.
Did he chop it?
How did that happen? I don't see a builder. I don't see any of his chops gone.
Oh, I know how. They probably bought it with gold.
Oh, wow.
It's that crucial.
That's pretty clever.
Actually, it's pretty smart because he needs his chops for the later game.
Yep, Aztec has enough points for his right now. And at the rate
So that's why he went to Encampment.
At the rate he's going, let's see, France needs 12 turns to get a general. 12 turns for Egypt would be 24. They would both have enough. Oh, France just chopped his out.
Yeah. He also just settled Marseille. So now he's pretty set for Vention. I don't think we're going to see any more settles between them at the moment.
Yeah.
He's buying the iron tile.
They're going to probably have to defend Stockholm at some point.
I just realized, Kona, I do see the iron on the map. Do you see the iron?
I also see the iron on the map. That's interesting. So this mod must allow that then.
That is pretty cool.
Yeah, I was thinking of modding the other one to do the same thing. So we should be able to see Niter and everything else that we need to see.
We're probably like a city-state. You know,
Yeah.
the city-states, they reveal also those things when enough civilization got it revealed.
You know what else is interesting? We don't have any envoys in any of these. Generally, maybe it's just because it's a teamer game. This is my first.
I think it's just
casting
because
it.
it's a teamer game, yeah.
Okay. Because when I cast the free-for-all... Oh no, I did a 2v2v2v2. But I'm pretty sure you get one envoy
What?
in each one.
You get one envoy in the FFA. But I think you don't when there's a teams. So when people choose like an option for a team. I don't know. To be honest, I never really paid attention that it matters much as a caster. And I just noticed Stockholm actually like rushed the campus. If Skycry wanted to, not Skycry, Tordred I mean. If Tordred wanted to, he could actually capture Stockholm and get an early scientist. That's another option on the table. But I think he's going to be more focused on GG and Mang.
Man,
Oh.
GGA Mang really chased away all his intruders.
We clearly see GG and Mang going full defensive. Like he's already on like 8 warriors right now.
Yep. I would be...
Even 10.
I'm not sure if we see another settle out of him or not. Unless it's a back settle.
Well, he has lots of room at the back. So it's actually pretty smart to keep settling it back if he can. The thing is, can he afford it? Because like incoming push is coming.
Yeah, and he doesn't actually have that much room. Aztecs is going to watch the west side. Palenque is soothed by Dunn, so I don't think he's going to take that unless he absolutely has to. Which maybe he will, just because he needs the cities. And then he can get one city on the river towards
Well,
Jerusalem.
the Wonder gives freshwater as well. You could settle on the Wonder.
Yes.
And it also gives us era score. I think what he's going to do, he might settle as the Wonder for some era score to get the Golden Age for the district, for the the commercial district.
Speaking of Golden Age, let's see who's going to hit it. 28 points.
Yeah,
for
we're almost there.
So 2 on Team Scrap have got it. Looks like Task is going to miss it. He's only got 22. He needs 24. So he's going to miss. And
anybody going in Dark Age?
Wow. Nobody on SunZ is going to hit it. It's probably not that important to hit the first one, though. Nobody's got commercials up yet.
Yeah. I think they're all aiming for the second one, really. You can see they've been saving some era score as well. I mean, when I mean saving era score is like opportunities to make era score.
Yeah. And the tough part about making golden on your first one is it makes it harder to get it on the second one, which is maybe the time you really want to have a golden age. I'm going to turn my mic up a little bit more.
Now, Negi, I don't see what he's doing, but he actually needs to settle a few more cities. I think he really needs to help Vention out here. And Vention did settle the volcano, if you're wondering. So he settled coastal, so there could be some action in the future. But for SunZ, it's pretty safe to go coastal because they have America coastal as well.
Oh yeah, you know, Lixie brings up a good point in the chat that GGA Man could have just done a couple of projects. That's probably what he did. He probably didn't buy it. You don't have to,
then you could have done that, yeah.
Yeah, you don't have to chop the projects. I don't know what I was thinking when I suggested that.
Since he's got 2 encampments, it's actually doable. Because you need 2 projects in general to finish the first general.
Yep. So it looks like we're going to see Toronto go down, or at least get farmed for builders. Got the first horse. Oh no, we got quite a few horses from Mongolia.
Definitely. I think my suspicion is exactly. You think not since they see GGA Max so defensive, they swap plan. I think he's going for Stockholm to get the campus.
Maybe he might even just bypass Stockholm altogether and go for Vinchin. Vinchin's only got 2 cities. If
he's got 3 cities now. The third one is not that useful.
He just put that one down, huh?
You got a lot of error score from them. You get the Wonder error score, you get the Tundra error score.
Yeah. Gotta choose my dedication. Stockholm has just been SunZ this turn. It went to war with both Vinchin, and I guess it declared on Egypt. Aztec just hit oligarchy. So Mongolia, Aztec.
We're pretty much on the time.
Mongolia, Aztec, and you, Agathy, hit golden ages.
If that matters.
Was there a dark age? No dark age. It's hard to get a dark age in teamers. At least early.
Looks like everybody's either on a horse or swords already for technologies.
Yep.
But there's only 3 players on the first government though.
Yeah, it looks like these horses are starting to come around the west side. I think Waza is hopefully going to get some swords out and then push from that direction, and the horses will kind of swoop in and clean up. But
I guess the rationale is he lost a set early, right?
Yeah.
So he's actually quite weak.
Yes. But Waza doesn't really have a lot of units to send that way.
He's got a general, and he has at least 1 or 2 swords, I think.
He just upgraded his first sword.
He's probably building warriors. Maybe he only has 1 iron, and then he upgrades them to swords.
Oh, he took Earth Goddess, by the way. So he's gonna.
I agree with that choice.
Yeah, he's gonna plan for. Let's see, did he hit golden? No, he didn't. So he'll get golden next time, and he'll spread his wings probably.
I don't think he's going to go religion either. Although the start allows it, it's not really that strong in team game.
Right. Yeah, Earth Goddess you usually take for monumentality, I would think.
That's the usual path, yeah. Although in this case, if he wanted to go for religion, he could spread easily to both his teammates right now and get a lot of science or a lot of culture if he takes the good belief for it. It can be up to, I guess, if task goes on 5 or 10 cities, it's same for Mongolia, you could get easily plus 50 or 60 science a turn.
Tordred has 9 horses. 9 hordes. A horde of horses. Let's see where he takes them.
Mongolia's coming. Mongolia is its best with the horses.
I would assume that we'll see Heteroi coming out pretty soon.
I don't know. I think he's going to go defensive as well. I think he's going to go for his other unit, the sword one.
Yeah.
He has an iron. Well, he has a horse too, but
he has a horse. Someone could have traded him a horse, I assume. Actually, does anyone? Yeah, Dunn has a horse. So they have 2 horses in their entire empire right now. GG Meng has swords.
I mean, the support bonus from the sword from the Macedon is pretty big. So it's plus 50%. So it's much better than a horse if you want to defend. I really doubt he would be using the plus 5 combat strength in neighborhoods if he's sieging, because he's going to be on the defensive side.
Yeah, this is going to get real interesting real quick.
So you said exactly as you said. You did exactly as you said, Tordred. He's skipping Stockholm entirely. You might not even want to take it. They might want to keep it for their team as well.
Yeah, I'm thinking that their plan might be if they can get rid of Vinchin, then they have no reason to down Stockholm. Like, it'll be an amazing science victory for them.
The only downside, if you look at the long run, is it's still on America's continent. They're getting closer to America. So let's say they take out Vinchin, but GG Mang survives. It might be 3v4, but American cavalry could always wreck through most of it. And America will hit cavalry pretty quickly, being all on its own. Could probably hit it by turn 65, which is pretty quickly.
I think this builder might get snatched. I'm not Tordred might actually decide not to go for the builder and go for the city, but I could see it getting snatched as well. Interested to see what he would do.
But he doesn't see yet.
Look, Stockholm's pushing in on him too. Oh man.
Not sure how much that's gonna do. I think he's just getting experience out from his warrior right now.
Yeah, but man, Vinchin's had a lot of harassing this game. He's had a rough go.
Well, Vinchin is known to be able to come back from very bad position.
Oh yeah, he's a great player.
So if there's one player who can hold that it might be Vincent. Like, I see 3 swords right now. 4 swords from Vincent. He's probably going to try to get a few more. He doesn't have many chops, but he's probably building warriors in the cities at the moment. Oh, did you notice? They upgraded all the swords in GG Mag. And GG Mag's actually siding on the task side.
Yes, I was sort of thinking maybe he might try to push Pericles a little bit, but if he does that, Aztecs is going to come in. I mean, it looks like he has
Yeah,
the
he can do
units
it.
to both defend and offend a little bit, but
I don't think he has a unit, but I think he's trying to get the best concave possible. So he's trying to get the best position for his sword,
yeah,
so he doesn't have to move around when enemies gets there.
true, yeah. Yeah, it looks like he's just going to turtle up. It's very risky if he were to go. I mean, it sort of is. He may be forced to try it to try and put pressure on Mongolia, but he can't really put pressure on Mongolia. He would really only have to put pressure on Pericles, and that doesn't do anything to help their game. It only hurts GGA Mang to try to do that.
Yeah. No, I think the best play here is to sit there and maybe sim out in the north if you were DJing Mag. Because pushing anyone really doesn't help the team. He has to rely on his team a little bit for the win. And Mongolia spots now the builder, so he revealed 1 horse. So he was keeping them hidden, but I think he made a mistake. Now Vengeance sees 1 horse.
Yes. Builder can see the horse, horse can see the builder. He may actually snatch that builder just because he can't really get a lot of units in on the city quite yet.
Oh, did you see? Dunn is even protecting the horse from Vengeance. It's that crucial. So that tells us that they probably want to go for horses on Vengeance as well.
Oh, there they go.
So yeah, he waited there for 1 or 2 turns. Waited to get the 2 more horses there to be able to attack. Pretty smart move.
Yeah.
He hit his hand until the last minute.
Yeah, Skycry is just farming builders over here.
Well, it means the best thing you could do, really.
Yep. I was curious.
You could farm off Nanamadal as well if you wanted to, but I think they probably want to keep that in the team. Task is Suzering.
Yeah, Task has it Suzed. Actually, he doesn't have a Suzed. He only has 2. He needs to get 1 in there as soon as possible. Does he actually want the bonus from it? Your district's honor next to coast tiles. +2 culture.
I think he wants it. Look, he settled a coastal as well.
Yeah, he did settle a coastal. That may be a mistake because Dunn has nothing better to do than send boats that way.
I think he could hold his own. Like, we'll see. Because like if Dunn goes for frigate, like even if there's 1 or 2 coastals in the map is very big. I think you can get more out of cavalry.
Yeah, Tordred went for the city and then went for the builder. And we do see that Vincian has the special UU sword.
Yeah, the high pace pist. I'm not too sure how to pronounce this. It gives a 50% bonus off for if you research military tradition.
Yeah, they're better for offense than defense, I believe, though. They have a district bonus.
Well, you'd be surprised.
A combat.
Yeah, you get +5 if you attack and there's district, but they get a +50%, and like that could add up. And so it's just as a, I guess it's a slight bonus on top of the double oligarchy he's planning for. But I really love the play from Tordred here because like everybody assumed he would go for Egypt, but he actually went for Vention. So Vention was unprepared. And I think even SunZ assumed that GJ Mang was going to be under threat.
Yeah, I agree. I think that these horses surprise. I think he was prepared for war, but I think the horses did surprise him. I'm surprised he deleted that builder. He could have brought that all the way back to his land, I think.
It's probably just a respect. You probably expect Vengeance to have more units than the other.
Yeah, that city's going down this turn. There it goes.
That hurt. I think it's gonna be 3v4.